I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting here on this piece of oil and cold wax paper. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down some pan pastel and some pastel marks on this paper. And pan pastels are pastels that are in a pan format, and they're applied with a sponge. And so I'm going to put down just a little bit and almost treat it like it's an underpainting is what I'm going to do. And I really like magenta lately, so I'm going to put down some magenta and some red and some green. I'm not going to put it everywhere. I'm going to put different kinds of marks. Maybe a little bit of orange. Add that to the mix. Then I'll put a little bit of green. I like these sponges because they are very similar to painting. And I'm going to put a little green down next. Some of these sponges are a little bit dirty, and you can wash them, which I have not done recently, but I need to do that. A real light coating of pastel is what I'm getting with the pan pastels. And I'm not going to do a lot, but now I'm going to put down some mark making with regular soft pastel in kind of the red green color scheme that I have there. So I'm picking out some different greens, blue green, yellow green. I'm going to put down some marks. May even put down a little bit of graphite here and there. And I could put down the side of the pastel also. I think I'll get a little bit lighter one. This is actually going to be kind of a type of an underpainting in a way. I'm going to put down just some regular graphite. All right, now I'm going to go over that with some cold wax medium. And I'm going to put a little bit down on my color shaper here. And I also have another tool. Well, maybe I'll put this on the tool here. And I'm going to go over it. I'll just put a little. You can see I'm putting it down over the pastel. And the cold wax medium is got beeswax in it. And so it's going to turn that pastel into a type of a stain. It'll no longer really be a pastel painting. It's going to be more of an underpainting once it has this cold wax medium on top. And then I'll let this dry probably overnight. And I'll come back in tomorrow or the next day, and I may apply some oil paint on top and use this as a beginning. Now really, you know, I put kind of a lot of marks down, but that's okay. I enjoyed doing it because some of these marks that I put down will eventually disappear when I put the oil paint over it. So in this way, you can use pastel as part of the beginnings of a cold wax painting. And you can use it as part of mark making and to get maybe some initial color down, kind of part of underpainting, and it'll help fix the pastels that you've put down. So I think I pretty much have gotten it everywhere, and it may have smeared a little bit, but really not very much. So I think I'm going to just let that dry, which probably it'll be dry tomorrow. I might even be able to continue to keep going, but I do like to let it dry first, and then I will use this as the beginning stages of cold wax and oil on paper. And you don't have to use expensive pastels. The ones I have are pretty expensive. You could use cheaper pastels, just a graphite pencil. You don't have to use pan pastels, but I have them. I like to use them, and you can kind of get a wider mark and more of a stain when you're using those. So that's a nice beginning, so I'll see what I can do with that later on. So I thought I would show you that. If you have pan pastels, regular soft pastels, now of course I don't use oil pastels. So could you use oil pastels? Sure. But so many people I know as pastel artists have soft pastels and might want to try something a little different. And so what I used to put that down was Dorland's wax medium that I got on sale when it was going on the sale rack someplace. But you can also use other cold wax medium, like you can use Gamblin cold wax medium. So that is those two are the mediums that I have. So it's just a fun way to begin and give it a try.